the lateness. I had to eat before I did this live because I definitely needed the energy. So this live is going to be a little bit different than the weekly healing circles, specifically because there are more... Oh, I just realized I need my computer. Babe, can you pass me my computer? Specifically because this is more for me doing some card pulls for you guys. I know that you guys missed when I used to do it before. So I did want to hold, you know, bring it back to some capacity. So this entire live is just going to be me doing readings for y'all. So if you are a channel member, this feature is already included, so you can go ahead and ask your question if you're a channel member. If you're a patron, if you're, I believe, I have to double check. Oh, thank you. Give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. If you are celestial and up, then it is also already included. So just let me know that you are a patron member, and what tier of or what's your patron name on the Patreon, so that way I can just check you off for the reading for the week. So this is gonna happen every 2 weeks. Eventually, I hope to be able to do this like every single week. We can come in on Wednesday and do a whole reading, a community oracle pull. The whole point for doing this, this is one of the features that I added to the channel memberships, but the whole point of me doing this is specifically to bring to you guys affordable readings, because I know that you guys, you know, not everybody's in the same financial state, and that way you get some guidance. Aside from everything else that we do on the channel, I wanted you guys to be able to like get some insight into your own situation. So yeah, if you're a patron member, celestial and up, then it's already included for you guys. You just gotta let me know what your patron name is when you ask your question. And if you're a channel member, just go ahead and ask your question. For everybody else who wants to ask a question or wants an oracle pull, you can go ahead and do $5 or up or whatever from the super chat, and then I will pull some cards for you. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys which decks you can pick from, or you can let me pick whichever one that you want to do. So you can pick from the Flower Therapy Oracle deck, the Mother Mary Oracle deck, the Butterflies Life Changes Oracle deck, the Enchanted Map Oracle deck, Archangel Gabriel Oracle deck, Romance Angels, the Sacred Symbols Oracle deck, the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck, and the Archangel Michael Oracle deck. So those are your options. I believe all of the... Wait, where's Archangel Raphael? Did I leave him? Oh, I did. Hey, babe, can you... Babe already knows. It's the green tarot deck on top of the blue book. Right there. Right there, yeah. And the Archangel Raphael tarot deck. Those are Oracle decks. That's the one. That's it.
You were just saying it.
Yeah. Thank you. So this one as well, you have an option of using. So yeah, if you want me to pull a card for you, just let me know in the... Ooh, let me just put this back. In the comments, and then we will get started. Let me just go ahead and pull up the comments because I cannot see them right now. I hope y'all is having a good week. I mean, I feel like today is a very like low-key legendary day. Hello everybody. Hello Tanya. I feel like today is like a low-key legendary day, but I've just been kind of doing work all day, readings, orders. I've just been working all day to pay attention to the inauguration. But I'm glad that he just signed off on the Paris Climate Accord, because I need us to pay more attention to the earth, because the earth needs to heal, and I'm tired of the mistreatment of the planet. So yeah. So let me go ahead and share the live with the Patreon so they can also join us. 1 second. So eventually I hope that to have these community circle like readings, the community oracle polls, like once a week, because I feel like, you know, I honestly feel like people might need more access to having them on a weekly basis, but I'm gonna do them bi-weekly for now. I'm like testing the waters. I'm like sticking the toe in the pond and seeing how that works, and seeing how I can kind of make it work, and like what is good about it, what is not good about it, or you know, just kind of fixing out the kinks, working out through the kinks. Okay, so bi-weekly. There we go. And okay. This is also something that I used to do all the time on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram at TigeraGitana, you guys know I would randomly be like, okay, pick a deck, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do some readings. Okay, boom. Boom, there it is. Okay. There we go. Also, quick announcement, I just added Reiki Sessions to the website as a service. So that's something I'm going to be doing more. That is a service for you guys. If you guys wanted to get a Reiki session with me, you can do so. I am offering 2 different types. So the first one is Reiki, and you can either do 30 minutes or an hour, and the other one is Reiki, which is Kemetic Reiki. And Kemetic Reiki specifically, we would be working with Sekhmet with the healing, so it would be a little bit differently. Well, it's a lot different than Usui Reiki, because there are 2 different kind of energy styles, and with Reiki we actually work with Sekhmet for it, so it's just channeling healing energy through her, which is really powerful, but also the practices that come with doing it with Kemetic Reiki are specifically more in align with African healing practices, so it's a lot different, but I'm offering it as remote healing services for right now, until, you know, things can kind of open back up, and then maybe I can start doing some in-person Reiki sessions, which I would love to do, dying to do them. Me and my Reiki master who trained me, we've been dying to do a Reiki share for a really long time, and putting it together and just having the collective there. We've just been dying to put it together, and then Rona happened, and it just didn't get to happen. It didn't get to go down the way that, you know, we needed it to go down. So it's on pause right now, for right now, but eventually it is something that we would hope to do, and probably do like every week or once a month or something, do like a community Reiki share where we all just kind of give each other Reiki and, you know, just hold space for each other, which is just like really powerful to just be in those moments. So yeah, so that's something that I wanted to add to the site, especially as distant Reiki healing, because I do feel that right now, with everything that's going on, the way that's everything's going on, and especially because I don't have like a specific like physical store, I can't like host like healing services that way. So I want to make sure that I'm still able to help you guys heal, especially on an energetic level. And I know we do a lot of energetic healing in our weekly healing circles, but I wanted to do more of that Reiki specific energy healing with you guys. So that's why I posted those up on my website. So that's going to be a new service that is available. And, you know, eventually, like I want to be able to like teach classes and everything like that. I'm kind of debating whether or not I want to teach Reiki 1 and 2 online first, because I do feel like I would love to do the experience in person, but at the same time, you know, we are in the age of Aquarius. We're in a very Aquarius kind of like technological mindset and space right now. So we'll see. I might end up doing some Reiki trainings and certifications this year. So stay tuned for that. We'll see. I'm still kind of debating it though, but that's only because I want to. I would love to see you guys in person and hold space for you guys in person in that way. So yeah, so I'll go over the spiel for today. If you would like to get an oracle reading, if you want me to pull an oracle card for you, you just have to pick the deck. So I'm going to show you guys what the deck is, and you could just drop a super shot. The first one is the Butterfly Oracle deck. You also have the Flowers from the Dead Oracle deck as well. Flower Therapy, Archangel Gabriel, great for creatives and professionals and business owners and creation period. The Romance Oracles, the Enchanted Map Oracle deck. It's a really, really good one. Mary, Queen of Angels, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Michael, Goddess Guidance, and the Sacred Symbols Oracle deck. So if you want me to pull a card for you, just drop a super chat in there, and then I'll pull a card for you. If you're already a channel member, then you don't have to do that. Just drop the question in there. If you're a Patreon member, all you have to do is just let me know what your Patreon name is, and then you can go ahead and ask your question. I'll pull a card for you because it would already be included for you. I think you would be an amazing, awesome teacher. Oh, thank you so much. I definitely, I want to do, like, I have a whole bunch of goals that I have set. I want to do retreats. I definitely want to do international retreats. Because there is just something about connecting with the land and being in another land, and then also learning, or you know, connecting with the land and learning something, or just focusing on healing, or just like working on something specifically. I just feel like it's such a powerful, it's just such a powerful thing. It's just such a powerful thing. Like, I've done so much healing in retreats, and I definitely want to be able to go on these like different journeys with you guys, and like go to beautiful lands, and you know, like I am dying to go to Egypt. So y'all already know, like, I'm just, and I love to travel, and I'm very, very like thrifty and like very crafty as far as like how I would put everything together. And I feel like, you know, it would just be dope, like trying the different foods, all that, connecting with the land, connecting with the people, and also having the spiritual experience that you want to have when you go into a retreat. So, and I did do a lot of work with a specific retreat company before, so I know a lot of like what goes into running the business and stuff like that. So it's something that I want to do in the future, as far as organizing it, like things that we would do, coordinating all of the like activities. Like, I just feel like it would just be really, really amazing to put together. So that's definitely something that in the future I want to work on and I want to do. It's something, it's an intention that's going to happen. Just as much as writing my book and doing all that stuff, it's also going to happen. That's something that I know it's going to happen when it's time, but I'm really, really, really excited for when it does, because I feel like it's just going to be a whole moment. It's just going to be a whole entire moment. And I'm never going to pick like somewhere that I don't feel like very much grounded in going to either. I feel like that's kind of like the other thing. Hi, I was just binging your videos. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me know if you guys want a reading in the comments. But yeah, I've been also, for this year, the content is just going to be so much. And I feel like it's because you guys have been requesting a lot, asking a lot of questions, wanting to know different things. So I'm like literally pumping out videos like more, like I feel like 2021 is going to be the year where I just break 2,000 videos or something. I don't know, we'll see. But I do want my channel to be very educational and be a place where not only you guys can get your healing, but you guys can learn and grow and understand different things, and you know, be in that space of just knowledge and your own intuitive growth, where you're feeling more and more like you're on your own high priestess level, where you can trust yourself, trust your intuition, trust your abilities, trust your craft, and also be crafty in the way you do it as well, because that's like the whole entire point of the channel, and the growth and the connection with it. So I'm really excited for this year. I feel like this year it's going to be a lot of like expansion and growth and love everywhere. My Egypt trip got canceled last year. Hopefully I can reschedule for this year. I was literally, I think it was in the end of January of last year. There was this retreat that I wanted to go to that was in Egypt. And something told me no. Something told me no, but I didn't like actually, whatchamacallit, like I didn't actually do it. Like I didn't end up, booking it, but I was just like, oh my god, but I've been dying to go. I'm dying to go. It's a spiritual retreat. It's a person that I would love to, like, there was the host who was facilitating it, I can't remember who it was, but I was like, they're dope, they're a cool person, like I would love to go. And then something told me no, and then, you know, 2 months later it was like all this Rona stuff, and I'm like, wow, I'm really glad I didn't, you know, spend the money on it, because it was like a non-refundable, you know, you would have to use the credit for it towards it at a later time. So I was just like, I would rather not have, you know, spent it that way at that time, and just been a little bit more mindful about the timing and everything like that. So I don't know. I feel like when it comes to me going to Egypt, I need at least 3 months in Egypt. That's how I personally feel. Looking at my astrocartography, it's a very critical point for me astrologically. The land is specifically, because my Pluto is sitting in there, and I'm not surprised that my Pluto is sitting in there, because what my past life that I'm directly connected to and that I'm healing in this lifetime is directly connected to Egypt. So I'm not surprised that it's like I have a deadly connection there. But I just feel like I need time to not only heal certain things with, you know, my soul, my spirit, but also just to be with the lands, because there's certain things about that specific past life that always comes back to me in different types of pieces, even though I already healed the specific major trauma from that lifetime. There's still certain parts of that lifetime that always comes back to me, whether it be the spells. Like the spells come to me in dreams from that lifetime. There's different things that I needed to know. Like if I'm asking my ancestors, like, hey, can I get the download, or can I access this piece of information that I know I used to know before, but I don't have clear in my head right now, can I please access that information? I'm always given access, and it always just goes back to Egypt. So I know that, like, on a soul level, like I need to spend more than just 2 weeks, more than just a month in Egypt. Like I would have to spend quite a bit of time. Like a couple of years ago, I almost went to Egypt for a couple months just so I could learn the language. Like I was gonna do the school thing, because they give you like a whole room and board, and all you're doing is paying tuition, and tuition is like $500. I was like, wait, this is doable. Like I can completely do this. I just gotta pay for the flight basically and pay for food. So I almost did that. Like I almost did that like a couple of years ago, but I didn't end up going because I just had so much stuff going on. But I feel like Egypt is one of those things that is like, it has to be the right moment for me to go. Your Dollar Tree tutorials are so inspiring. Well, I'm glad that they are. I do them specifically just so you guys can have access to low cost witchcraft tools, because that's the whole point of the whole Dollar Tree videos, is for you guys to not only think outside the box when you go into the Dollar Tree, but also there's a lot of different ways to use the stuff at the Dollar Tree. And I feel like and it's funny because today I had posted last night the shorter version, the TikTok version of the ancestor money one that I just posted for you guys on here. And literally today, for some reason, it went viral. Today, I literally, it just went crazy viral, and everybody's just commenting on it, writing all these comments like, oh, why would you burn fake money for the ancestors? And I'm just like, okay, you obviously do not understand how to do ancestor work. And then people are just like saying, like, some people understand it, and then some people are like, but why would you want to burn fake money? And I'm like, you obviously have never done ancestor work in your life or understand what ancestor work is if you don't know what ancestor money is. Like, there's a reason why we don't burn real money, because that's not a good thing. You're not supposed to burn real money. It's actually seen as an offense. And it's like, as far as like spirit goes, if you burn actual money, it's seen as an offense. It's seen as a disrespect, because you have to remember, love and money are in the same vibration. So it's kind of like you're just burning it for no reason. Like that's kind of the way it kind of relates. And so people were like, well, I would rather use real money. And I'm just like, that's not okay. You do that, but you think you you think you're giving you might as well just not burn it at all. If you're gonna leave it in your ancestor altar, if you want to just give them real money, you can do that too. But I mean, the whole point of ancestor money is to send the energy of the money to them, so that way it can be used and translated in many different ways, because you can heal so many different things with ancestor money. So it was really funny seeing everybody's like reaction to the TikTok. But most people got what it meant, so it's fine. It'll be what it be. But I'm glad that you guys enjoy the Dollar Tree videos. I feel like, first of all, the Dollar Tree videos are like one of my most watched videos series that I do on the channel. But also the thrift store hauls, the witchy thrift store hauls. You guys love that shit. I'm just gonna say it right there. You guys love that shit. There's actually one coming soon, because I literally just went to the thrift store. And okay, I'm gonna just give y'all a sneak peek, even though technically TikTok already got the sneak peek to this, but I found at the thrift store. Okay, this is gonna be part of the the thrift store haul. I found a set at the thrift store. Okay, it was Babe who found her, but still. Now she sits next to Segmed in my altar space. But I was so hyped that I found. I was just like, okay. And there's a couple other things that I found, and I can't wait to share with you guys. I have to finish editing. I'm doing it in order, so I'm editing my birthday vlog first, and then you guys are getting that, and then you're getting my thrift store haul. That's how it's gonna go, because listen, I'm editing till like my fingers bleed at this point, but I've gotten a lot better at editing, because I've figured out a strategy. Like I feel like I needed to shorten the method in many ways. So I found out my strategy, and now I know how to edit a little bit faster. But I haven't had a chance to really sit down this week and edit properly, so I will get that video for you guys as soon as I finish editing my birthday vlog. But yeah, I was super excited, and I always go to that little like area that has all these kind of, you know, the little statues and stuff. There's always like so many beautiful pieces, whether it be Native American pieces to like African pieces. You can find like the most beautiful statues, angel statues, all of the type of stuff. Like my thrift store is bomb. Like I cannot complain. I will never complain about my thrift store. Not today, Satan. Not today. And also, oh my god, Babe found this. She found these, what is it, Air Maxes? These Nike Air Maxes that cost $250 for $24, guys. $24 at my thrift store. And a pair of Vans for like 10 bucks. I love my thrift store. I will never say anything bad about that thrift store, because I've been going there for so long. Ooh, hold on. Ugh. I've been going there for so long. Also, just to let everybody know, because we're going to be here for another half an hour, if you want me to pull oracle card for you, you have a couple of card choices. So you have the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck, Mary Queen of Angels Oracle deck, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Michael, Sacred Symbols Oracle deck. Ooh. Hold on. Flower Therapy, Butterfly Life Changes Oracle deck, Romance Angels, Archangel Gabriel, and the Enchanted Map Oracle deck. So definitely take advantage of the hour, because we only have another 30 minutes left, and I want to make sure that if you wanted to get an oracle reading for this week, that you get it, because we won't be back for another 2 weeks. So, oh, and also the Flowers from the Dead Oracle deck. I forgot to mention that one. But yeah, there's definitely, I feel like I always find really dope pieces at the thrift store. Like it's just, it never ceases to surprise me. I always find something really, really dope. So I was really glad with everything that I found. Okay, so I wanted to just check in on the energy of the day, because I do feel like there's a lot of things going on, And we got transformation, change, and bold and courageous. I'm not even surprised. I'm not even surprised. I feel like today is a very, very potent type of day where you feel the energy is intense. And I feel like I've been feeling anxious all day. I don't know if this is a collective feeling. I don't know if you guys have been feeling that as well. Also, I'm not sure if I'm gonna pronounce your name right, but Daisy, I believe. Where are you from? I'm from the Dominican Republic, but I live in the United States. But I was born in the DR, so, and both my parents are from the DR. It's like it's a whole thing. Yeah, my whole family bloodline is a whole entire situation because I still have like I have so much in my family bloodline. Like, even just doing ancestor work alone and then meditating with all my ancestors and looking at all of the different nationalities, like everybody there. And at the same time, just looking at it and be like, wow, I'm from a lot of places. And this is one of the reasons why a lot of people can't tell where I am. And so people just assume that I'm mixed. And I'm like, I'm not biracial at all. I have like a million different things in this blood, bro. I feel like my favorite thing that I saw from my ancestry when I did it was that I got ancient African hunter-gatherer. I was like, damn, my bloodline goes back deep. It goes back a really long time, like coño. And there's still like, and my other favorite is that I still have like, I think it's like 8% or 10% unidentified DNA. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm an alien, bitch. I'm claiming that. I'm claiming that as alien. That's my Aquarius talking right there. I'm claiming that as alien for sure. But today was definitely a hella historic day. And I'm glad that I feel like we're gonna have more peace in the country because like I need more peace in the country. I thought so, sis. I'm Cuban, Black, American, and Mexican. You're talking about mix. Well, I am, okay, so I was born in the Dominican Republic, right? But then I also have Cuban, because I'm part Taino, because I'm part Native American. But I also have Brazilian, because of my Taino bloodline. Because I'm also Native American. So, it's like the whole mix, I just be like when people ask me where I'm from, I'm just like, bruh, everywhere. Everywhere. The majority of my like my bloodline though comes from Africa, obviously, because Dominicans are it mainly comes from West Africa, and I have like a lot of like well, actually Northern Africa specifically. I have a lot of like West Africa, Morocco, Egyptian, Arabian, Congo, Nigerian. I have like the whole entire continent at this point. Native American. I have a little bit of Italian, y'all, and I'm like, well, I guess that explains why I like pizza, y'all. Then I got, what else do I got? The second largest is obviously Iberian because I am Dominican, so that includes Spanish from Spain, from Iberia. So obviously it comes from that. I have Indian. I have a little bit of Bengali. I have Arabian, I think it is. I don't remember all of it by memory, but I know I have like some random ass shit. I definitely have like Asian in there somewhere. I have, what else I have? I have like 0.8% British, and you know how that came to be. But you know what? I attest that to my love for Harry Potter, Doctor Who, and Jane Austen, because literally that's basically it. And it's funny because when I met my ancestor that was the British one, he had so much shame. Like he felt so much shame when I like approached him about it, because I had to do like some straight up ancestor anti-racism work. That shit was heavy, and it was just like so much shame, and I'm like, oh my God, Lord Jesus, okay. Yeah, it was intense. What else do I have? I have a bunch of random shit. like a bunch of random shit. I think I have Japanese. I know I have Italian. I think I have a little bit of, I have a lot of the Mediterranean as well, because it just connects to the Iberian and the North Africa part, like that little nook right there. I have a little bit of Jewish too. Y'all, don't ask me where I'm from, because I'm from everywhere, literally. Oh my God. Literally, I am so mixed. I am Mexican, but mixed with I don't know what. Y'all. No, I recommend doing your ancestry, because I personally like to know. I just wanted, honestly, I wanted confirmation for a couple of different things, because when I was doing ancestor work and I would see my ancestors, and obviously some of them have features that are specifically directed to specific countries that are just obvious. So I was just like, okay. And also one of the things that I also noticed about my ancestors is that they also have, some of them are still wearing the same pieces that they used to wear when they were alive. So I visually, me being like a little bit of a historian, because I low-key love history. Well, that's not a low-key thing. I high-key love history. And I love that, like, studying it, understanding why certain things happen, how it goes down. I like I think it's tea for me. Like, you know how people are like, the tea is history for me. So I could already peep that certain pieces and certain things like came from certain things, and I was like, okay, well, you are definitely giving me this general location, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, I want to do my confirmation. I want to see specifically like where I'm from, because through meditation and through everything else, I already knew that I was Egyptian. I already knew that I'm obviously African. It's in my blood, guys. And people swear that I be wearing like, that I have like a whatchamacallit, a wig on or something, and I'm just like, bro, I've worn a wig a couple of times when I used to be in choir, and like before for Halloween, this past Halloween, but I don't even know how to go about doing that. I feel like I need a master class in how to do that to my hair, because I don't have the patience. I just like to fluff it and like just do the things to it, but I do not. I don't know if I can. That's just too much. That's too many hours for me. But it's just, I feel like I wanted to know, I wanted confirmation, because I knew so much about myself through meditation, and I was like, you know what, let me confirm it. So when I did my ancestry, it was like, yup. And then I also discovered a couple of different things, like the Iberian. No, not the Iberian. There's the Siberian. I'm like what is it, 0.5 or 7% Siberian, guys? Like Siberian. That's in the whole other part of the world, guys. The whole other part of the world, man. What was my ancestors doing over there? I got questions. Y'all. Because, you know, you gotta ask the questions. You definitely gotta ask the questions. But like the majority of my ancestry is literally Africa, which I don't mind, because I do have a lot of interesting like the countries. It's just interesting knowing like, wow, I'm from this one to this one to this one to this one. And then the ancient hunter gatherer one was the one that got me, because when you look at your ancestry, I did it through 23andMe. So when you look at your ancestry, it tells you how far back in generations it goes, and that shit is far back, like far back. So it's an interesting kind of, you know, interesting thing. I have a drop of Africa, if that's other than white as well. Oh man. History number 2. My mother is Black American and my father is Mexican and Cuban. Listen, do your ancestry. Do your ancestry. It's totally worth it. I feel like, and it helps to kind of also do ancestor work, because you can literally find out something. Like, for example, this whole Siberian thing, I could just go into a meditation and be like, okay, my Siberian ancestors, can you please come through? Where do you come from? What is your name? What are your gifts? What do you do? How can you help me in this lifetime? Like, I could just literally go straight in and do a whole little session just by knowing where, you know, part of my bloodline is from. Like, I feel like it's interesting. It's definitely interesting to, you know, dive into. And I feel like it can expand your healing work that you do, especially if you have a lot of generational kind of work to do and you're all scattered, you know, all through the generations. You're just like ping-ponging through the whole entire earth, and you know you got work to do. You gotta end up pinpointing it down. Like, there's a reason why when I was explaining ancestor work to you guys before, I was telling you guys, like, you guys have to literally write it down like a family tree, track that shit, trace that shit down, like who was what trauma came from who, what, so that way when you go into your meditations, you can contact that person, that ancestor directly, call them out, bring them out, so you guys can heal it in that moment. You don't have to carry it over. Like, listen. But I feel like even if you're, by the way, Michaela, even if you are like white as fuck, you still have ancestry. And I feel like, I personally, I find it really intriguing when looking at, like, I remember when I first got my ancestry report, I got like obsessed with looking at everybody else's, oh hey Nat, how are you? I got obsessed with looking at everybody else's like video on like their DNA breakdown or whatever, and the people who were white, they were surprised that they had other shit. I found that so interesting because they were like, my dad just said I was Italian the whole time, and now I found out I have all this other Middle Eastern stuff. That's dope. And I was just like, you know, it's kind of a thing. Like, my dad, when I was younger, he'd be like, no, we're Dominican, we're Spanish from Spain. That's all he would say. But when I was younger, I knew from a really like young age, first of all, his mom is black and my mom is very India, to the point that she's black. Like, she is very dark skinned, like very black. And so my dad, who is also a Republican and very racist, he will not, he's a little bit more light skinned. That's where I get this blend of like tan, forever tan Abby. That's where I get this blend from. From my mom and my dad being like their color. But then my mom's side of the family is more from Spain. My dad's side of the family is more African, but he would never admit that. He would just say he's from Spain. So it's just interesting looking at how it connects to like being born Dominican, and then how it relates to my family and how my families deal with their kind of blending as well. Because for my mom, my grandma, the one I personally work with the most, she was very much light-skinned, very much, because she had, her bloodline came mainly, it was from Spain. She had that connection to Spain, but her husband was black. So my mom was more into his like skin tone. And so it's so funny how it kind of interblended. And it's also funny because my mom and my aunt came out the darkest. The rest of the kids came out a lot lighter. Like, just looking at all of my grandma's like sons and daughters and stuff. My grandma had 10 kids. She raised 22 of them. Okay, boys. And like, some of them have my grandfather's color. Some of them are a tad more light skinned. Like, some of the girls are a little bit more light skinned, like my grandma is, which is interesting. So there's always like this constant back and forth and shading when it comes to color. And I just think that's like weirdly interesting, the way that kind of all went down. Yeah, and even my dad, I always found it interesting that he came out a little bit lighter, because his father is not that light and his mom is black. So these are the things that I'm just like, it's kind of like making hot chocolate and then you made it too dark, so you added more milk, and then you made it too light, so then you added more hot chocolate. Like, it just that's what it feels like to me sometimes. I don't know. Oh, Nat, if you want to get an oracle pull, you can go ahead and drop your question and I'll pull an oracle for you as well. And Lana as well, if you want me to pull an oracle card for you guys, go ahead and let me know, because this is what the community oracle pulls are about. So, oh, by the way, the oracle cards that you can pick from: Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, the Mary Queen of Angels, the Goddess Guidance. Hold on. The Sacred Symbols Oracle deck. Archangel Gabriel. The Romance Angels. The Butterfly Oracle cards. The Flower Therapy. The Enchanted Map. And then the Flowers from the Dead Oracle cards. These. So just let me know in the comments if you want me to pull cards for you guys this week. Dominant and recessive genes. Listen, my mom's siblings are all different shades with the same parents. Yeah, it's just interesting, like the way it all comes out. It's almost like it's almost like your roots kind of end up coming out at some point, because you'll have all of these different parts of your ancestry coming through, like in the genes. So I just find it really, really interesting the way that kind of happens. As much as some people like to be very like Puritans kind of about, like, you know, blood and mixing and being with other races and stuff, like I feel like at this point like I understand why some people would want to do the whole, oh, just keep things pure, but at the same time, it's just like the mix already has occurred. You cannot unmix the population. It's just not possible. So there's just no point of like making people who have like very heavily mixes from all around the world and, you know, feel kind of like shitty about that. Especially because I feel like, even though I know some mixes were not done out of love, some mixes were done out of love. And I mean, love is love at the end of the day. And it shouldn't matter. It really, really shouldn't matter. And I do feel like, ultimately, I feel like it helps me do ancestor work a little bit better when I look at what I'm looking at. Even with my dad, for example, like when my dad passes, because I know I'm definitely not going to be able to heal a lot of my dad's traumas in this lifetime. But when he passes, oh no. He's a Republican. He's very, very hard-headed. He at this point, I can assume that he's very easily brainwashed with this whole Trump shit. He's very, very hard-headed. And as far as his spirit-wise, he's just hard to get through to in this lifetime, you know what I mean? So you have to, like, I feel like when it comes to like the older generation, I'm just waiting for them to die. And I know I've mentioned this in past videos before, but I really am just waiting for some of my family members to, so I could be like, okay, now we can have a conversation, because you can't shut the door in my face, or you can't like kind of shut me out because I'm talking to you on a spiritual level. Like you're in a different plane. You can see me now the way I wish you would have understood when I was trying to talk to you in the first place. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's important to, Pink, what are you doing? Oh, she was trying to eat Luna's food. Can you believe? I think it's important to kind of understand when you're not going to be able to reach someone until they transform literally into something else for you to be able to like get down in there. Nat question. I feel stuck. How come? Queen Mary deck. Okay. This one. Okay. So let me pull a card for Nat real quick, and then I will read the other one. Okay. Nat. Feel stuck. How come? Nat. Feel stuck. Ooh. We have a couple of cards. Okay. So there's two cards that came out, and they're both very, very similar, which I find very interesting. The first one, Nat, is honesty. Okay. And it says, I am in touch with the true feelings regarding the situation. And the next one is integrity. Okay. And it says, I trust my ability to know what is true for me. So it's interesting that these are the two cards that are coming out, because it's like they're both dealing with honesty and really really admitting what the truth is to you. Like, are you being absolutely truthful with how you feel about the situation? Are you allowing yourself to kind of make yourself think that you're not correct, or like what you're feeling at your core is not correct? Like, are you allowing yourself to honestly say, hey, you know what? This is how I feel. This is the truth. This is why. I'm not going to lie about it. I'm not going to, you know, tell someone, oh, yeah, I'm feeling fine. No, I'm not feeling fine. And this is why. I don't like the way you spoke to me. I don't like the way you've been trying to communicate with me. I don't like whatever it is, having that honesty and saying it clearly, openly, not trying to kind of skate around something, but specifically being clear, honest, holding your integrity, saying, you know what, this is, you know what, I haven't been feeling good, and this is, I'm still thinking about what you said last time. I didn't like the way you resolved that situation, so I need you to understand that this is why I'm still upset, or this is why I'm still feeling a certain type of way. Like I didn't really let it go. I feel like it wasn't resolved the way I would have liked it to be resolved. I feel like you're not listening to me the way I would have liked you to listen to me in that moment. It's all about you understanding that you can block your own progress if you do not hold your own integrity, if you do not hold your own like your own weight, your own truth, like what is true to you. If you're not holding on to that and you're just like allowing yourself to get clouded, allowing yourself to, you know, not want to make any moves or any changes just because you don't want to be honest with yourself, you don't want to remove or detach yourself from the situation that's causing you issues, or that's taking your time away from actually living your best life, and you know that that thing shouldn't be part of your life, but you're still leaving it there, but you're still eating that thing, but you're still eating your feelings, but you're not focusing on your body, you're not focusing on your health, and you're still doing it, and you know it's not good for you, you're going to stay in this kind of loop of like toxicity instead of seeing the progress. So it's all about you being honest with yourself and saying, you know what, I have too much integrity, I'm going to hold myself accountable for my choices, I'm going to hold myself to a higher standard. I cannot be out here, you know, allowing myself to think that anything else is making me like stuck. It's definitely me. I can remove the boundaries from what I have built in front of me. I can remove that. I have set myself up in this situation, and I can remove myself just the same way. And it's all about being honest with yourself, 1000%. So that's what I see coming for you with the question that you asked specifically. Cynthia asked Archangel Michael deck, please. Okay. Do you have a question, Cynthia? Or nah? Where is the Archangel Michael deck? Here it is. Yes, please. What are my children meant to do? Meant to bring humanity together. You are welcome, Nat. And definitely let me know how you guys feel about this format as well, because this is something that I want to do more often with you guys, where we just have like the community oracle poll and just get some, you know, quick messages in there. So, Archangel Michael, what does Cynthia need to know right now? Ooh. Okay. So, we have two different cards for Cynthia, okay? Cynthia, the first one that's coming out is New Beginnings and a Fresh Start, okay? That's from Archangel Michael. And the prayer goes, thank you for bringing new opportunities and offering support, and for helping me release and heal my past. Fill me with trust as I experience these life changes, okay? And then the next one is Romance Angels are helping you. And the prayer goes, dear guardian angels of my soulmate, thank you for preparing my soulmate and me for love, for giving us the motivation to make healthful life changes and arranging for us to meet. Thank you for helping us recognize each other and have the courage to say hello, so that we can eventually delve into a truly intimate relationship. So it seems that like this is a whole like new year, new you who dis kind of moment for you. That's like kind of the way that is coming up. I do feel like you are having a fresh start when it comes to love and romance for this year. One of the things that just came to me, please check your transits for this year as well, as far as how the planets are affecting you, because you're going to want to know, as far as love goes, what's going on with your Venus, what's going on with your Mars, what's going on with your Pluto, so that way you can work with the energy in the best capacity if you do end up meeting someone, or if you already have someone in your life. This is like a little bit, it's a fresh energy. It's like a burst of like freshness. It's like this beautiful kind of like new moment, it's a new connection, it's a new it's like there's a newness to it. There's like, this is not a 2020 thing, this is something that's meant to be new, fresh, and just like restarting in a way that you have like that phase where you're just still like having these like butterflies and bubbles, and like you're just like, oh my god, I have like this connection, I have these feelings, I'm like in like talking to someone in this way and they get me like in that level. And I do feel like you need to be aware that the romance angels are definitely helping with you with this, especially if it's something that you've been trying to call in for a while now. You need to trust that the angels are helping you in navigating the situation. So if you do get a little bit shy, or you do feel like, you know, you don't want to make the first move, or you're kind of feeling like, you know what, yes, it's a new year, but I still feel, you know, a little bit like you still have that kind of hesitation, just pray, because then you have that you know, open door into being able to step into it a little bit more. If you pray, if you say, hey, can you guys help me be bold, be courageous, and help me live my best life, push me, give me strength for me to live my best life and not be able to be stuck on, you know, any type of habits that I have that prevent me from benefiting from my life and my connections with other people. So just pray on it, especially like if you're about to go see this person, or if you're texting this person, or if somebody just slip into your DMs or something like that. Y'all, the angels can help y'all flirt too. You just need to ask, okay? I said what I said. Michaela, I'm looking for houses. Should I try for the one I'm looking at or keep looking? You pick. Okay. We're gonna pick, hold on. We're gonna go with the enchanted map for this, because the enchanted map, this deck be crazy sometimes. It's just crazy accurate. Like, I just be laughing. Okay, Michaela Hawkins. Should she try for the one she's looking at or keep looking? Should she try for the one she's looking at or keep looking? Should she try for the one she's... Oh, hold on. Should she try for the god? Should she try... There we go. Okay. So. Ooh. Wow. Okay. So I'm actually gonna read you the from the book, because I want you to hear the words, because this deck be crazy sometimes. The first one that came out was Coming to Life, and the question that came up for me when I was reading your question and pulling the cards was, how does your body feel when you're there? Do you feel grounded? Do you feel like you belong there? Because when it comes to places that you're going to make your home space, you will initially have that feeling if it's meant for you in the first place. And I think this is why you're getting these two cards, the Coming to Life and the Dragon's Lair, because I do feel like you have two possibilities here of one, making something like you're kind of like a little bit of a dungeon where you're just kind of like, it's something that takes you in, versus something that allows you to come to life, allows you to bloom out, allows you to have and expand and be your best self, versus you taking the energy of the house itself. I hope that I'm making sense, but I'm going to read you the each one so you can understand what it's saying. Okay, let me find it. 29. Okay. Something beautiful is being born into your life, okay? And it says, when you look at your life, can you see how you've grown and evolved over time? Perhaps you shed skins and identities and created new ones, or at the very least, matured in your ideas about yourself and the world you inhabit. You know things take time, and Spirit's timetable is rarely in sync with your own. This card indicates that a long-held dream is beginning to show signs of life. You must try not to coax it along, okay? Or shape it according to your desires. Spirit knows the best form for the manifestations of this dream, and your life can become even better than you could possibly imagine. Now is the time for reverence and awe. Allow the contours of your path to be carved by the hands of the divine. All you have to do is show up. And this is why I asked, how do you feel when you are in that house? How does your body feel? Do you feel in sync? Do you feel like, whoa, I'm grounded. Like, you feel your spirit thriving there. Also look at your astrocartography, because your astrocartography can tell you if you would be also good astrologically in that space as well. Now let's look at Dragon Slayer. 19. The difference is 10. Okay. Dragon Slayer. You are always protected and divinely directed. You have a remarkable internal warning system that lets you know when things are out of alignment. Okay? You're about to enter dangerous territory, so tread carefully and be aware of your surroundings. The path that you're on now is one that will challenge you to the core. That said, peril is also exciting and exhilarating. Like the danger you feel before you enter a new relationship, knowing that you'll be changed forever. A life lived fully isn't lived only in safety. A new experience is calling to you, one that will test your courage. The choice is yours, but the greater value in risk taking the remaining unchallenged. New territories are waiting to be discovered. So this is what I'm asking. The question is, how do you feel when you're there? Okay. How do you feel when you're there? How does your spirit feel when you're there? Does your body feel when you're there? Do you feel grounded? Do you feel like you can thrive in this space? Can you visually see yourself? Especially if you have your third eye open already, you would already be able to like look at the rooms and see yourself moving about the house, doing different things. If you do, then you already know what the answer is. If you do not, and you like it for some beneficial, things about it, but not necessarily because you're grounded in it, then you also know what the answer is. And that is my answer to you. I hope that was helpful. I'm telling you, this deck be reading people to the filth. It'd be rough out here. This deck be doing some things. It just be doing the thing. Okay. Steph. Hi, Steph. Okay, so I'll explain. So this is what it is, okay? So this is the bi-weekly community oracle pull. So I wanted to do this because if you guys remember before in the weekly healing circles, I would pull cards for you guys, like with the super chats and stuff. But because I was just making everything super long, when I added the membership option to the channel, I wanted to add a different feature, especially because I wanted to do more lives. So basically what we're going to do is every 2 weeks, we're going to meet up here. And the whole point of this is for it to be like low cost reading. So if you wanted to get a reading, but you don't want to like spend a whole ton of money, then you could just drop a super chat. Unless you're a Patreon member or a channel member already, then it's included in there. So you can just pick your oracle deck. I'm going to show you all of them and then drop your question. And then that's it. I will pull a card for you. That's it. So you have your options are the Archangel Gabriel oracle deck, the Flower Therapy oracle deck, the Butterfly oracle deck, the Romance Angels oracle deck, Archangel Raphael oracle deck, the Sacred Symbols oracle deck, the Enchanted Map oracle deck. Yo, babe's just laughing at me like the Mother Mary oracle deck, the Goddess Guidance oracle deck, the Archangel Michael oracle deck, and lastly the Flower Therapy oracle deck. Okay, those are all the decks you have to work with. Okay, I am going to literally be closing this off in like the next like 10 minutes because I did go a little bit over time today. So my apologies, but now that you guys know how it works, you guys will like get the gist of it moving forward. So I will take one more question. So Steph, if you want to ask the question, you can go ahead and ask the question, or whoever wants to go ahead and jump in. I can try to do 2 and squeeze 2 because y'all know I talk fast anyway, because you know, Gemini moon, guys. That's how I do in my life. But I hope that you guys, whatchamacallit, but I hope that you guys got what you needed from the readings that I already done. Like the messages were we're good. But yeah, let me know, Steph, if you want me to just pull a card. Oh, if you're again, if you're a Patreon member, you already you have access to it, so you could just drop the question. And if you are a channel member, then you do not have to drop any, like, a super chat or anything. You could just go ahead and, because it's included in the features. I wanted it to be included already in the features for those who are already Patreon members and stuff. So, Steph, so what deck do you want, or do you want me to just pick for you? If you want me to pick for you, I can pick for you, girl. Based on what you just wrote, I already know which deck I'm gonna go for. So you got 3 seconds to let me know. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go with Archangel Raphael, because it sounds like you need a little bit of healing today. So that's what we're gonna go with. Archangel Raphael. What's going on with Steph? Why does she feel lost? What does she need to know right now? What does she need for her heal? Okay. He said this, and that. So, okay, so we have, whoa. The first one is improving health. Okay, you got 3 cards. So the first one is improving health. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for your comforting reassurance about this situation. Okay. The next one is prayer works. Dear God and Archangel Raphael, thank you for hearing and answering my prayers. And then it says, add the details of your prayer. So this is something that you're going to do before you go to sleep, or whenever, if you want to meditate, if you want to pray to Archangel Raphael, you can go ahead and do this. But prayer works. And then you have easy does it. And the prayer says, Dear Archangel Raphael, please help me detach, retreat, and let go so that healing can occur. So I do see a lot of different things right now. First and foremost, you are still in the process of healing something, and I feel like it has been affecting you in a physical way, whether it be your mental health, which I can see that based on the comments that you said. It can be a little bit clouded up here, but when something is affecting your mental health, it also affects the rest of your chakras. So again, there is the imbalances happening on an energetic level that are moving through from the upper chakras, which is that rules your head, where the cloud would be at, and then moves down and navigates to the lower chakras, which affects your willpower, your ability to manifest, and also your physical realm, what you have, what you're lacking, what you're missing, what is being taken from you as well. So what Archangel Raphael is saying is that one of the things that you should be focusing on is improving your health. Not only your health in regards to your physical health, but also your spiritual health, your mental health, your emotional health. So that way you are not feeling like you are lacking anything. You're feeling like you're addressing all aspects of your life. If there is a specific part of you just being alive that's saying, and you're telling yourself, I feel really lost, your mental health needs attention. Okay. I'm sorry, Pink is barking right now. So then your mental health needs attention, right? But also your emotional health needs attention, because you are recognizing that you're feeling a little bit foggy, you're a little bit hazy. So your emotions are not really able to tap into fully making a full-blown emotion. So it just feels lost. It feels like you're depressed. It just feels like you're in a state of cloud. It's a cloud feeling. And so in order to improve that, you need to actively address those areas. What is making you feel that way? Why are you feeling lost? Why are you feeling down? What were your goals before, and what was placed in front of that in order for you to forget that you had those goals in the first place? What is it that you see for yourself for this year? What is it that you see yourself achieving? If you had the money to do the things that you wanted to do, what would you be doing? All of the things that it's almost about bringing it back to what makes you happy, what you love to do, the things that bring you joy, whether that be music, whether that be hanging out with your friends, your family, whether that be children, whether that be teaching, whether that be whatever that may be. How do you improve your connection to the thing that you love by removing the things that are bringing you pain and agony? How do you improve you by removing the things that are keeping you clouded? And it's all about refocusing your focus on the things that you are supposed to be doing, versus feeling like, oh my God, It's almost like you're high, but it's not a good high. It's like a really, really bad high, like that. And for this, what Archangel Raphael is saying is that you need to pray. You need to ask for strength. You need to ask for support. You need to ask for healing. You need to, especially when you're praying every morning and every night, ask for good dreams, ask for downloads, ask for messages, ask for clarity, ask to feel like you're headed into the right direction, ask to feel like you're supported. And then you start seeing the shifts happening in that direction. Lastly, take it easy. Because that's the thing, if you try to approach it like in a very like head on, like let's go, let's do this, like kind of like airy style, like fire sign style, it's just not gonna work too well. You have to take it almost like a Pisces, like gentle, soft, smooth, like think very ethereal, very calm, very like walk slowly. Like you don't need to run right now. Just take it easy. Like whatever the issue is, just take it easy. Even if it's your health, even if you have like a disease or anything like that, in healing that disease, take it easy. It doesn't have to be done in one day. It doesn't have to be removed in one day. Take it easy, relax, breathe, recalibrate your mindset. I highly recommend listening to affirmations as well, because they do really, really help, especially in the morning and going to sleep with affirmations. You will wake up in a completely different vibe. Trust and believe. You Are Creators makes the best affirmations on YouTube, and I listen to him all the time. My favorite dude on here. So highly recommend listening to those affirmations as well, especially the I am affirmations. Complete up here completely changes, recalibrates your top 3 chakras. I'm telling you. So highly recommend doing affirmations, but just take it easy, pray. And if you're, those moments where you're like really like, oh my God, I feel lost. No, you know the answer. Get into prayer. Call Archangel Raphael immediately. Like it's on an immediate, like it's almost like, you know, when you fell down the stairs, you grab your phone, you call the hospital line. It's the same thing. You call in for ambulance, you need to call for Archangel Raphael for that. When you need that healing, call, okay? So I hope that was helpful, my love. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off, but thank you, loves, for joining me today. I hope that this was cool, and I hope that you guys like the concept, and we're gonna be doing more of these eventually. I hope to do these like weekly, so you guys can you know, come through and have, you know, your moments and your questions answered and all that stuff. So I hope that you guys enjoy this. I see that some of you guys really like this, so we're gonna continue doing it. But yeah, I will definitely see you, loves, in the next one. I have more videos coming up, so stay tuned for all of that jazz, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, loves.